It's the dumbest bill in America, and it is from Elizabeth Warren, of course, lifting sanctions on Iran.
Oh, my favorite lady.
Senator Elizabeth Warren
the
wants
gift
to...
that keeps on giving.
Senator Elizabeth Warren wants to lift sanctions on Iran because of the effect of the pandemic on the Iranian people. You know what, Elizabeth Warren? How about the effect on the Iranian government on the Iranian people? Or how about the effect of the pandemic and the looting and rioting on your hometown? How about that? Why don't you worry about your own hometown? How about the hemorrhaging of jobs because of the pandemic? And anyway, if you lift sanctions on Iran, be able to give them any kind of aid, it's going to go to the Iranian government. It's not going to go to the Iranian people.
And then it'll be siphoned into the numero uno state sponsor of terrorism in the world.
Absolutely. And don't you think that, let me ask you a question. Don't you think if you said to Iran, we're going to ship not money, like Obama did, we're not going to give you pallets of cash. Instead, we're going to ship you pallets of swabs and test kits and other PPEs and so forth.
Things for your people.
Things for your people.
Yeah.
Do you think the Iranians would then take that and resell it so they can make money?
Who knows what they would do?
Of course they would.
They'd probably keep it for themselves and let their people suffer.
Some of it would be kept, right, for the leadership.
The Ayatollah's regime.
And some of it would be sold off for hard cash.
Is just an absurd abuse of human rights. I mean, they openly hang people in the streets, kill them, you disappear. It is disturbing.
I mean, there was one point...
Earlier we talked about people who typically immigrate to the United States and, people who existed in the pre-Islamic Iran are some of the most prominent, people who come over here and make a better life for themselves.
Well, yeah.
Because they want it, because they know what it's like over there, and they know what it's like to live under this oppressive regime where everything's taken from you, and they come over here and they're excited to be living in America in a place that provides them for opportunity.
Certainly a lot of Iranians are here because
it is a shame to enable them.
Affiliated with the Shah regime.
Shah
of
he
Iran,
wasn't exactly the most delightful person either.
He was a dictator, okay?
Yes.
So
it is a
sadly,
long history of pain and suffering over there.
Yeah, but the thing is Elizabeth Warren is saying, we need to lift the sanctions, and then we give them a bunch of stuff, and she just thinks that, it's usual Democrat stuff, it's feel-good stuff, without really having any kind of accountability. And it's just really tiring because...
Let's also not forget why we have these sanctions in the first place, and that is because the Iranian regime is actively trying to produce a nuclear arsenal.
And take out Israel and the United States and anyone else that disagrees with them, including Saudi Arabia. Basically, these are crazy people.
Yeah, I mean...
By the way, let me clarify that, Garrick. By these are crazy people, I'm talking about the regime, not the Iranian people.
The government, the head of the government.
The Iranian people have, you want to talk about true victimization? Those people are being victimized by their government.
Yeah, it's something over there.
Final thoughts on this.
It's the stupid same political grandstanding on stupid issues that, because Trump did this, look, I don't agree with all the things Trump does. I believe when it comes to having a robust foreign policy, it's about holding bad foreign policy actors accountable and leveraging anything you can against them. And government sanctions, for better or worse, are one of the ways that we do that. And, to let Iran just waltz around and create a enriched uranium program as the leading sponsor of terrorism in the world is a recipe for absolute disaster.
I agree. And that is the dumbest bill in America, which is lifting sanctions on Iran. And that's it for Mark the Millennials. Thank you for joining Mark the Millennials. This is Mark Fisher. Thank you to our millennial, Garrick Ross.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. And of course, our producer, Adam Katora, and our assistant producer, Christopher Hopkins. Check us out on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, and our website, not to mention Twitter. See you next time.